Hey there everybody, welcome to Azure Gaming. Today we are back with Pokemon Premier Journey here on Legends Z8, it's episode 92. And we're back to Shalpha Hunting Part 3. Now, let's just get straight into it. Seasonal challenges, you see them on screen. Complete the Z8 Pokedex, 231 out of 232, just missing Slurpuff. Complete the Mega Dimension Pokedex with 67 out of 132. Complete the Alpha Z8 Pokedex with 223 out of 227. Missing Slurpuff, Aerodactyl, Tyrant, and Tyrantrum. Complete the Shiny Z8 Pokedex with 62 out of 227. Complete the Shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex with 6 out of 117. Complete all side missions with 164 out of 200. Make and use 100 donuts with 67 out of 100. And complete 7 viewer challenges with 4 out of 7. Looking at viewer challenges, Chillin' and Reap have given us 4 that we have completed and 1 we haven't. Catch a Shiny each Wild Zone. Shiny Hunt for 5 Shine Charm. Get 3 Shiny Pokemon in 1 episode. Shiny Hunt decided by TCG packs have all been done. Catch a Shalpha in each Wild Zone is what we're trying to work on. We've captured 4 so far out of the 20. We have captured, I guess I should just go in order. A Shalpha Staryu in Wild Zone 2, a Shalpha Skidoo, now a Go-Go, obviously our Staryu's a Starmie, but a Shalpha Skidoo in Wild Zone 3. We have also caught a Shalpha Houndoom in Wild Zone 6, and the Shalpha Ampharos in Wild Zone 16. So those are the 4. Right now, we are hopping between Wild Zone 13 during the night and Wild Zone 5 during the day. Hoping to get another Shalpha. Last episode, we got no shinies. Hopefully, we get a new shiny to add to our collection today. But there's also 2 empty viewer challenges, so please, if you want to help me out, leave a viewer challenge down below so I can try to get 7 complete and not have to worry about that. Of course, you guys can give me as many viewer challenges as you like. And I'd have to complete them in Legends Z8. Alright, let's get into it. It is nighttime, we're running. So, unfortunately, we have used up a big chunk of our night already. Running around last time and all that. So this is going to be a very short night. The very unfortunate part about all this is that we are looking for a Shalpha, which our best bet is the Alpha Trevenant to end up being shiny. Something else could randomly be shiny, but it's not likely. When it comes to Wild Zone 13, we do have some options at shinies that we need though. We do need Scyther, and another one for Scizor, and probably another one for Cleavor. Pinsir, we definitely need another one. I'm also doing gender differences in Pokemon Home, so I'm probably gonna need multiple. Oh, that would have been a cool shiny. A Shalpha Scyther. And I think I need a, I have a shiny female. I think I need a shiny male Heracross as well. I do have a shiny Phantump in Pokemon Home already, I believe. But, yeah, I need them for this game since I'm doing a shiny living dex pretty much. So yeah, I need another shiny Phantump one way or another. For shiny Trevenant would be the best for us. So there's a Alpha Phantump that's I wish was shiny. And then yeah, Weeping Bell and Vivillon are during the day. You know, the more and more I do this, the more and more I feel like I should just stick to one Wild Zone and do both day and night, unless there's a Pokemon that can only spawn during the day. Right? So like, getting some cool some alphas, just no Shalpha, or no shiny just in general. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, right? What Wild Zones would I do specifically at one time? Wild Zones 14, because obviously that's the only time. Hold on. Let me go in order. Let me just go in order, right? Let me look at this. So we've done Wild Zones 2, 3, 6, and 16. Wild Zone 4, I was doing night only, but I kind of want to do day and night, so I should probably just run through that day and night constantly. Wild Zone 5 doesn't matter day or night. Wild Zone 6, like I said, it's done. Wild Zone 7 could be day or night. Doesn't really matter, truthfully. I'd prefer day, though. But it's like, yeah. Wild Zone 8 doesn't matter day or night, truthfully. Wild Zone 9 doesn't really matter day or night. 10 doesn't matter day or night. 11 doesn't matter day or night. 12 doesn't matter day or night. 13 kind of matters because I really don't want a pavilion. 14 matters because I want to try to get the helioptile to spawn during the day. 15 matters a lot because I don't want Beedrill, another Beedrill. I'd much rather go for the shinies at night, so that's a night only, 14's day only, 13's night only. So after that, 16's done. 17 doesn't really matter, 18 doesn't really matter, 19 can be day or night, truthfully, and 20 doesn't matter. So honestly, maybe I should, during the day, the next day, I should just start working on Wild Zone 4 and try to go in order. Now, Wild Zone 1's not mentioned because I'm going to try to hold off for that for its stream, because we do have a stream challenge, and these stream challenges can only be completed on streams, to get a shiny Pichu, which I already have one, but to get a shiny Pichu during stream. Fortunately, I have a shiny Pichu off a stream, but, you know, the nice thing will be is if I could get a shiny Pichu on stream, that's a stream challenge done. I'm not streaming yet at the time of recording this, so yeah. I want to put off that as far as possible. Dude, I'm seeing a lot of alphas. It's like, can we get a shiny? Yeah, I think during the day, I might just hard focus Wild Zone 4 and keep going until we get a Shalpha. I think that's the plan I like most. But yeah, we'll see. I just dropped my phone, like, on my desk. I don't know if you heard it, but I hardcore just, I had my phone and I had it on resting on something and I just completely knocked it off with my shoulder. Hold on, let me actually get to it and fix. Oh, the cord's tangled. Oh, dude, really? All right, we're good. The cord's kind of tangled, but I can fix it as I'll run through, fix it in between. Yeah, so no luck in Wild Zone 13 for a shiny yet. I mean, sometimes you just don't get that luck, you know? I mean, we didn't get a shiny yesterday, last episode. And this episode, we have yet to see a shiny. So, you know, can't get a shiny every episode. No matter how much it makes my clips and actual videos look like I do, which I do get shinies quite often. I'm very blessed in that regard. But I don't always get the shiny I want or deserve. But yeah. So ultimately, we will just see. I just realized I accidentally hit when the thing fell on my keyboard, it changed which Wild Zone I'm looking at, and I'm no longer, my little thing to show what all the Pokemon do and all the Pokemon that show up and all that, like in the Wild Zone, I actually changed to Wild Zone 14 instead of Wild Zone 13. Let me change that really quick. All right, let's run to. Wow, we are just really striking out on shinies in this area. Getting rid of that mark. But, like I said, you're not always gonna get it, you know. You know, sometimes you're lucky, though. Sometimes you get, like, really, like, blessed and you get shiny after shiny after shiny. You know, we've gotten up to, what, like 6 or 7 shinies before in a single, like, episode. So, yeah. No, it's kind of, you know, some days you just won't get shinies, and just gotta accept that. But that's alright, you know, it's alright. I'm quite okay with it, actually. Because it builds up anticipation a little bit to what my next shiny's gonna be. Right? Like, if I'm not getting a shiny, I realized I didn't need to exit. Like, if I don't get a shiny, like, Ola last episode and most of this episode, and then randomly I get, like, a Shalpha Scyther or a Shalpha Pinsir or a Shalpha, you know, like, like, or even let's say I don't do this, but I do Wild Zone 4, right? And I don't get a, you know, shiny or Shalpha here. But let's say I do switch to Wild Zone 4 and I get a Shalpha like Ekans or something, you know, like that's something unexpected. I will take that. I'd much rather have unexpected than forward. Like that's one thing, like I love Magikarp shiny. He's a great shiny. You get him so easily in this game though, that like, I don't know, I'd much rather be surprised by my shiny that I'm going for, you know? But we don't all have luck in that regard, you know? I wonder what my first shiny is going to be here, because the only shiny I think I've gotten here was the Heracross. The pink female Heracross I have. No, I got a Pavilion here. Did I get the Pavilion? Hold on. Did I get the Pavilion shiny here, or did I catch it elsewhere and evolve it? You know, I can just look. Oh yeah, first meeting each other, Rouge Sector 1. So I think I caught just a rogue one. I didn't catch it here. So that means the only shiny I have caught here was Pinsir. Or Heracross, sorry. I just looked at Pinsir's image in the thing, and I said Pinsir. Yeah, the shiny Heracross is the only one I've gotten here. I didn't get a shiny Pavilion from here. I mean, I already have a shiny Pavilion, so it's not like, you know. Yeah. Now the question is, did I just catch the... I think I just fully caught a Pavilion. Did I evolve it? I'm trying to remember. But in Rouge Sector 1, you can find full Pavilion, so I... Oh, no, I did. I remember now. It was, yeah, because it was over here. Over here. I just went to Wild Zone 20. Because that's where I did the stair thing, and then we're up here, and then right here is where the shiny was. So I did just catch a full Pavilion. So... yeah, I do think we're just going to stick day and night for a whole cycle in Wild Zone 4. And I think I might just change Wild Zones every so often. Just to try to get, you know, a different spawn chance and stuff. Dude. Not having much luck here in Wild Zone 13, that's for certain. Yeah, I know. I really wanted to do the, you know, keep going until I get a Shalpha, and then take a break by spinning an episode or two, doing hyperspace stuff, and maybe I might change my mind a little bit. So far, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, some areas I think are going to be tough. Like, I think with how many Alpha Spinnerack show up, Wild Zone 4 can be done very quickly. Like, no matter what, I want to leave Wild Zone 1 for stream, and I want to leave Wild Zone 20 for last as well. But until then, I just want to do all the other zones. I think some zones are easier than others. I think 4 is going to be one that should be pretty quick. 5, I think, might be pretty quick because we have a couple chances at things. Ultimately, I think in some of these more linear ones that will be a little bit more difficult because there's only a limited number of spawns in here. Right, we're talking, what, 2 Scyther, 2 Pinsir, 2 Heracross, so we have 6 on one side. And then 3 Phantump and a Trevenant on the other, so that's 4. So we're talking, what, 10 spawns total? And even if we switched... during the day, we're getting a couple more Vivillon spawns, but Vivillon isn't a shiny I need. So getting any extra would just be dupes, and why it would maybe increase our chance for a Shalpha, just because we'd have, I think, 2 or 3 more spawns total. So it would increase the odds ever so slightly. I don't think it's worth it to get a dupe shiny. And like, it'd be different if you could somehow get different Vivillon patterns. Like if there was just a random chance that a Vivillon different pattern can show up, then it'd be kind of worth it. But like, you can't get those other Vivillon patterns in this game. You can get 2, the hyperspace one and then the regular one, which I think is just stupid. Full Alpha Scyther. Well, because it's resetting, I'm gonna run back to the other side, and then we'll get to Wild Zone 4, and we'll do 4 for a day and night cycle. And then the next day, not this day, but the day after, we will call it. Because I've been doing a lot of hour and a half episodes, and I need to relax. All right, let's see what we got reversed. No shiny. No shiny. Yeah, so hold on a minute. Let me see how many actual spawns we get versus. All right, so I'm gonna go through this one more time really quick. Let me remove the ping. So we got 10 spawns during night. Let me reset and count during day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, 12 spawns. So 2 more spawns than at night. Alright, so it's like, yeah, we get 2 more Pokemon, but it's like 2 more Vivillons. Is that really worth it? I don't think so. I think we just accept... What the... Okay. But yeah, we'll just do a whole day and night cycle for Wild Zone 4. So during the day, we'll see Ekans, we'll see Spupa. Spupa's the name. And I pretty much need everything but Spinarak here shiny. The Spupa. Ekans. But if I'm honest, this wall is most likely where we're gonna see a Shalpha. Oh, Ghastly, why aren't you a Shalpha, man? That would have been so good. Alright, let's just reset. So yeah, during the day, we don't see Patrat, I believe, and Honedge. Instead, we see Spupa and Ekans. And then Ghastly and Spinarak are constant. Ultimately, we are looking for a Shalpha, but there are still shinies we need. Like I said, I don't think I have a single Ghastly shiny in this game. I have so many in other games, but like, you know, I don't have a Spupa, I don't have an Ekans. Oh, Ghastly, if you were Shalpha there, that would have been amazing, dude. Yeah, I have this constant bad feeling here that Spinarak is gonna, the Shalpha Spinarak would be acceptable. But any extra Spinaraks are just extra Spinaraks, right? It's not that exciting. And then I do need shiny Patrat, I do need shiny Honedge. So pretty much anything but that Spinarak. Now, anything here can be Shalpha and I'd be happy. Anything but Spinarak can be regular shiny and I'd be happy. Thankfully, we can kind of easily tell Spupa isn't shiny because it has a great shiny with its white, like, cloth thing turning black. Alright, let's do this. I gotta hope. If I had to place a bet on what shiny we're going to get first, it'd be Spinarak. If I had to bet on what Shalpha we're going to get first here, it's going to be Spinarak. Because of just how many of them spawn. Now, I would love if I came across a different shiny, like a shiny I didn't have first. Because then that would soften the blow if I got another Spinarak later. Right? Because, like, I just don't want more shiny Spinarak. Now, if it's a Shalpha, cool, Spinarak, you be his Shalpha all day, buddy. You sparkle and be all angry eyes and everything, man. I'm down for that. But yeah, no. I mean, what I would like to see, honestly, because I would come back here mostly at night versus the day, a shiny Ekans would go a long way. So if I got a shiny Ekans here, I could just focus only on night. Because I can get Spoopa elsewhere. I can always come back for Spoopa. You know, there's a lot of places where you can get the pre-evo. Like, this is one of the few places I think we can get Ekans. So, like, if my first, like, not my first shiny, but my first shiny air, like, doing all these resets and stuff, was a Ekans, I'd be quite happy. Because then I could move this to, like, a night-only thing. Spupa would kind of be similar. Like, if I got it, I'd be really happy. I can't talk. I'll be 100% honest with you. If I got a Shalpha, oh, Ghastly, come on. I'm really being alpha right now a lot during the night. If I got a Shalpha Spoopa, I would not evolve it. I like Spoopa shiny a lot. So if I got a Shalpha Spoopa, I'd probably just keep it. Oh, bull, dude. I had already clicked to exit. There's no way that thing hit me. So yeah. Ekans, if I got a Shalpha, I'd probably just keep it a Shalpha Ekans until, like, I get a second Ekans. And then I'd evolve the first one. You know. So I feel like it's easier to get Shalphas of evolutions, because you can kind of... You know, if you get another Shalpha down the road, you can always just evolve. A part of my brain is, like, still kind of stupid in a sense. I keep I'm like trying to physically see them. And I know in this game there's a sound, right? I know there's a sparkle sound that plays, or the shiny sound that plays when there's a shiny. I know that. But my dumb brain is also telling me, oh, double check to make sure they're shiny. Look to make sure they're shiny. And I feel like an idiot each time I do, because it's like I look at an Ekans, I'm like, okay, that's not shiny. But if it's in a bush, right? Like, a part of me's like, oh man, is that an Ekans shiny? Well, if it was if that Ekans was shiny, I would know because you'd hear the sound, right? And instead, I'm looking at it like an idiot, like, oh man, I can't really tell if that one's shiny. Dude, it will make the sound. Like, I'm just an idiot. I gotta say, that one was a pretty clean run through, you know? Yeah, now, obviously, if I had to pick a Shalpha I'd want most out of here, it'd probably be Honedge. Because I love Aegislash, and I don't have a shiny Aegislash. Like, if I had to pick a Shalpha I'd want the most, it'd be Honedge. And I honestly would just evolve it straight up to an Aegislash, and I wouldn't even think twice about it. I love Aegislash's design so much. But is there a possibility to catch an Aegislash Shalpha somewhere? Every time I walk past this wall and I don't hear a shiny sound, I'm actually happy. Can you believe that? By the way, one thing I wish for older Pokemon games like Sword and Shield and Legends, blah blah blah. Sorry, Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. I was going to say Legends Arceus, but this would have been stupid if I did say that. I wish those games would allow like official community members to make official mods to allow us to see shinies in the overworld for those games. Obviously, there's not official mods that allow that to happen. But I kind of wish that they'd allow an official mod. How cool would it be in like 2026 or early 2027, right? Late 2026, so, you know, or early 27, before Winds and Waves come out and everything. They allowed you to see overworld shinies in Sword and Shield. Or see, or hear, or get the sound effect in Scarlet and Violet so you don't miss them. I think that'd be cool. The framework for mods by the community is already there. And if Pokemon were just like authorize them, have like authorized Nintendo official mods. Like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, we officially approved this mod as Nintendo safe or whatever. And allowed us to upgrade older games with some of the like little features like that. And I'm not saying completely break the game. I'm just saying little quality of life things. You know, show more overworld spawns in Sword and Shield or something. You know, maybe use the Switch 2's power for that to get more. Have the shiny sound effect play in Scarlet and Violet. Have, you know, shinies actually show up in the overworld in Sword and Shield. You know, and there's mods that do it. And I think if Pokemon would be a little bit more open to community helping with that and like just authorize them as safe and have them be like Nintendo approved updates, like, and Nintendo would review them and all that junk and all that stuff, but I think it would go a long way into making more games replayable. Like, my biggest flaw is like, how do I say this? Doing a shiny only run of Legends EA, totally possible. I mean, doing a shiny only run of every game is possible. But how cool would it be if I... Wait, I heard something. Hold on. Let me save. I swear I heard a shiny. There's a shiny Ghastly. Let me get out of here and save. I heard the sound effect amongst all that chaos. Oh, dude, that's awesome. At least it wasn't a Spinnerack as my first one. I was kind of scared to go near the wall, I gotta be honest. But yeah, yeah, and the best part is like, yeah. So it's not a Shalpha, it has a best stat in defense. And there we go, we have shiny Ghastly. So that's big because that is a new shiny for the ZA Pokedex, bringing us to 63 out of 227. Let's go. That's awesome. I mean, it's not a Shalpha, but hey, it is a shiny and it progresses us forward. Now, any future shiny Ghastlies I get are just pure evolution. Right? I'll take whatever one's the best one and evolve it. Now, it does suck that there was an Alpha Ghastly right next to the shiny. Like, if only these two would have fused and become a Shalpha. But you know what? I'm happy. My first shiny in this area, since I've really hunted it, is not a Spinnerack. I'm happy. And that just means that now I can say, in Wild Zone 4, I've caught in 2 Spinneracks and a Ghastly. You know, shiny. That's awesome, because it's like when you only catch one Pokemon over and over again in a wild zone, shiny, it does suck. Like a lot. And that's Pupa ain't shiny. I don't need the sound to tell me that. Also, I like how recognizable Ghastly's shiny is in this game. Like, you can tell it's blue versus the purple. Like, I could recognize immediately it was shiny. Scarlet and Violet, sometimes, like, the purple would, like, almost, like, flicker into a... Like, it would flick colors. And sometimes you'd look at it and be like, wait, was that bluish for a second? Or was that just the purple fading out and it looked blue? You know? Like, there was always that issue. Oh, I just realized, I think I just threw a Pokeball and caught that thing. I mean, this is Wild Zone 4. I don't need repeat balls here, really. Oh, hey, again, that would have been a cool Shalpha. You know what, though? I will say this much. A part of me is thinking of leaving... If there is a shiny Spinarak on the wall, that is another, I've called them checkpoint shinies. Another like checkpoint shiny, so I can be like, okay, if that one ever fades, that means there's 10 other shinies around the overworld and I need to find them. And Spinarak would be a perfect one for that, especially if it's just a regular guy. It's a regular shiny Spinarak. Oh, really, guys? Can you stop taunting me? Okay, let's exit. See, at least we got a shiny. Cool. But also, we got a new shiny. Like, that's key. Also, that makes me feel good. Like, you know, I feel really happy. Like, it is another Ghastly, and I have so many shiny Ghastlys and Haunters and Gengars throughout a lot of games. There's actually games where I have shiny Ghastlys, and I have just kept them in those games because he is, or not a shiny, obviously I've evolved it. But you know what I mean. I have come across shiny of the Ghastly line in a lot of different games, and some games I never even brought him over. You know, because it's like I already have so many of them. Why do I need to bring over shiny Ghastly number 72? I don't have that many as of right now. I think I have, what, 3 Gengars, 3 Haunters, and I think a Ghastly besides this one, shiny. I don't keep many Ghastlys, most of them evolve, which is, you know. This Ghastly will, you know, unless I will need a Ghastly for my Pokemon Home. I think I do have a Ghastly in Pokemon Home. I know I have a bunch of Haunter and Gengars. But, yeah. Dude, okay, just be shiny already. You want to be alpha so bad, bro, just be shiny already. Like, if you're gonna be dodged, get wrecked, Ghastly. Dude, it's not shiny, but that same Ghastly I've sworn has been alpha. Because obviously it's purple. We would tell it's shiny. But, my point I'm making is... That Ghastly, I swore, has been alpha the last 2 or 3 times. He has not despawned or he should, I mean, he has despawned, obviously. It doesn't look like that. But he's re-rolled into an alpha 3 times in a row. Like, what's the odds of that? Hello, just grabbing this pretty feather. Is kind of fitting there's a pretty feather right next to a snake, though. I could just ate something. So, I mean, at least we did better than last episode. Last episode we had no shinies. I was kind of getting bored. I was kind of just like not hating what I was doing. Right now, I am actually enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I found a shiny Ghastly. And who knows, that might not be the only shiny we find today. Maybe we find another cool shiny we don't have. Or maybe just we find multiple shiny Ghaslys. Or maybe one of the Alpha Galaxies, because we've seen so many of them, decides, hey, I'm going to be a Shalpha, and we can have a Shalpha Gengar. That'd be fun. I also think this can be a little bit more difficult, but I really wish the link cable item from Legends Arceus, that they actually find some way to make that more happen. Like, because I feel like forcing people to trade, oh heckins, is still a stupid way for evolution. I think make it hard to get, or make it cost a lot of money, but I think you should bring the link cable into old Pokemon games. See, the nice thing is though, and this is what I did for catching my I can't think, my Gengar, or getting my Gengar to my Haunter to become a Gengar. I just transferred it to Legends Arceus and, you know, link cable there. But not every Pokemon can be transferred to Arceus to use the link cable. I think that's like another one of those mod instances. If modders can, or Pokemon can, develop, you know, a mod to fix that. Because if you could hear the shiny sound in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or if you could see more shinies in the overworld in Sword and Shield, right? Wouldn't you play that game more often? Like, I would. I mean, BDSP, I'm not even going to touch how much that game would need to change to make it decent to replay. But yeah, I think Sword and Shield, if you could have shinies in the overworld, have the shiny sound, maybe make more Pokemon spawn in the overworld. Again, that could be limited to the Switch too or whatever. I think Sword and Shield would be a funner game. Also, Scarlet and Violet really just need to add the shiny sound. And boom. Game's fun. Game's amazing. I mean, it's already fun, but like, you know, BDSP would just need so much work. But like, those are small things I feel like a modder could add, and if Nintendo could just approve of the official mod, so wouldn't it be illegal or consider overly, you know, illegal modding, I think Pokemon would be in a better space. See, and obviously I'm thinking only official mods, not just any mod, because I love my randomizers and I wish I could randomize without needing to go through another software to do it, because that would just add replayability. But also, how, you know, if you could do it on a real copy, like a randomizer, you could easily like randomize it where you could get shiny legendaries and stuff, and that could break what Pokemon's trying to do by keeping certain mythicals hard to get shiny, certain legendaries shiny locked. Like, I get that would go against some of the stuff, I guess. But yeah, I know, I wish the Pokemon Company would look to the community and allow them to help in some regards. Because like I said, official mods, like to add shiny sparkles, add shiny sound effects, maybe to just add more clothing items in various games that have clothing they can change, but the designs aren't really all that good. I think all of that would be amazing. I mean, I will say this right now. I have plans to play Pokemon Shield. God, I can't talk. But I have plans to like play past Pokemon games, do more shiny only runs, do, you know, some more things. But also, if I knew I could have like a more official Nintendo experience with more of the Pokemon games than just the generic way to play over and over again, I think I'd spend a lot more time playing. Shoot, I would probably straight up just buy, you know, like, okay, I guess out of all the Switch games, I didn't really talk about BDSP because of how much it would need to be fixed. There would need to be, so, the game just is not. Sorry, you would literally just have to build a new game at that point. But, oh, it's about to be, about to be night. Let me go back. Yeah, I wanted to go back more towards the entrance. So, but yeah, BDSP would need so much. Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I would only replay it if they could add a system where catching and battling, you know, like catching was regular and they added more battles and stuff. Like honestly, I would not want to play Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu ever again, unless I have to. I did not have fun with it. The catching system was stupid. Sometimes it would just absolutely screw you out of crap. Hated it. 100% hated it. I think it's one of, I think it's not the worst game because BDSP exists, but the Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is like right there. They are 100% a solid second place behind BDSP as the worst Pokemon Switch game. By far. There's some cool features, but those minimum features don't override how bad overall it is. If you could somehow switch it to have regular catching, you know, make it more like a regular Pokemon game, right? Then maybe. But yeah. Otherwise, no. Pure crap. That's why I'm not going to include it, because it would need a major overhaul. Not as bad as BDSP, but almost. But yeah, every other Switch game, right? Every other Nintendo Switch Pokemon game, whether it's... Now, Legends Arceus is an exception because it has the shiny sounds. It has, you know, it's a pretty complete game, right? And I feel like this game, the Switch 2, the only thing this and Legends Arceus needs is another, like, this needs another DLC. Legends Arceus deserves just a DLC in general, but that's not going to happen, you know? And I'm trying to talk about mods, so I shouldn't talk about new content. I should talk about things that could potentially be modded to help the longevity of a game with all the content released as is right now without adding full new content, right? So starting off, you know, like, you know, moving past, you know, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, because as I said, that would need, for me, a pure overhaul. The catching system, everything like that. Yeah, everything would need to change. But outside that, going to Sword and Shield, making more Pokemon spawn in the overworld. Making shiny show up in the overworld. Making the shiny sound effect play. Clothing options. I really think those would be good quality of life changes. I would go back and replay if I knew I could have that. I would definitely be more excited to do a shiny only if that was the case. You know? And now, again, without adding content, like... Do I pretend that I didn't see it? Oh, actually, I do have a test. Obviously, there's a shiny Spinarak. I'm gonna leave that there, and I have a reason why. Does that shiny Spinarak stay in that specific spot permanently? Because, like, if it does, I can use that as a checkpoint. And the nice thing is it's... just got a confusion hit. It's right at the beginning, so I don't even have to enter to look at it. That might not be a bad checkpoint Pokemon if it stays in spot. Now, obviously, I saved earlier, but I'm going to now fast travel back to here. But yeah, sword and shield. Just more clothing options. Yeah, it is. It does stay right there. Perfect. So I think I'll just leave that spinner rack there. That's that one. Oh, maybe I should catch it because it's going to throw me off if I hear the sparkle. Or the sound effect. Yeah, I should probably catch it. Why don't you shiny, dude? Oh, dude, there's another one. Yeah, I am thinking maybe I should catch it. Because that one is going to throw me off every time I hear it. Alright, let's go catch the spinner rack. I mean... Wait, did it move? No, it's still there. Okay. Yeah, So here's the truth. A part of me wanted to keep it there, but every time I go in, I think it's going to be kind of junky, and this is such a cluttered spot that if it somehow plays Trice or something, I might get confused one time, and that's all it will take for me to be absolutely screwed. So let's just go catch it. And then let's exit. Yeah, I feel like I kind of have to. I feel like that makes the most sense. I mean, at least it wasn't my first shiny in this area, but yeah. Let's go compare it against the other guy that we have. This one has a best, 3 pretty goods, and a very good. Oh, this just doesn't have breast. It's not bad, though. All right, Mr. Spinnerack, come join the extras box. The extras box is growing. But yeah, so we've got a Ghastly and a Spinnerack so far this episode. Let's keep going. See, now I know if we hear another shiny sound, it's 100% new. And not that guy. Because I could imagine that one time I would totally forget and hear the sound in the middle of nowhere and freak out like, oh my god, there's a shiny. And then the moment I see it's the Spinnerack I knew about that I probably just forgot about, I would absolutely feel like crap, you know? So I'm just going to prevent myself from looking like an idiot later by just catching it now. Like, it's different if it was like a Kakuna on a tree or something where I know it can't move, it can't attack it, and it isn't in the middle of a big open space, right? Like here, if I hear that sound in the middle, right? Because it will play every time I cross that middle section, right? Every time I hit, like here, it would play. And if I repeatedly heard that, it probably might actually depress me at some point where it's like, oh, I hear a shiny and it's the same shiny that I already knew exists, you know. Yeah, I'd much rather have a checkpoint shiny that I know is not in the middle of like a wild zone or something. Like using Wild Zone 7 as an example, that tree over here where the Kakuna spawns often shiny, that's a Kakuna out of the way. It's on one tree in a corner, and that wouldn't bother me so much. Now, I'd much rather prefer that my checkpoint shiny is a Kakuna on the Kakuna tree, because that'd be awesome. But, yeah. Not shiny, I see its eyes. Whoop. But, yeah. Anyways, back to my topic before I got distracted by my Spinnerack debate. Ultimately, as I was saying, I think, truthfully, like honestly, truthfully, Sword and Shield and the DLC, more overworld spawns, shiny sound effect, seeing the shinies in the overworld would make that game a lot more playable. I also think like more outfits would be cool. A little bit more customization on the outfits would be cool. And I think that's old stuff. Player with mods, if they could get them approved officially by Nintendo. That's the whole point of my discussion here, is having a system where Nintendo can approve mods officially. I think all of that would extend the life of the game. Now, Scarlet and Violet is in a very similar spot to that. I do think all it needs is a shiny sound effect and more clothing options. And that game is good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. You know? Yeah. And then obviously Legends Arceus, Legends ZA, the thing it just needs is more content. Truthfully. But they're never gonna go back to add a DLC for Legends Arceus. And they would have already talked about a DLC for this game if they were planning to do a second one. So those are just dead dreams, and I don't want to talk about things that aren't going to happen. You know? But, yeah. Ultimately, I feel like if Pokemon would allow mods, even simple ones like more clothing, more, you know, shiny sound effect, seeing shinies in the open world, mainly for Sword and Shield. Those games' replayability would skyrocket. Like, I'll be honest, I need to go through... Wait. Did I hear a shiny sound effect? Am I losing my mind? I think I'm losing my mind. It's almost daytime. I did hear a shining sound effect. Shoot, it's switching to day. Where? None of the shine. Is it outside? Alright, I need to exit and save. What spawns right outside Wild Zone 4? Hold on. Let me exit really quick. I heard a shiny sound effect. Hello, Checkpoint Kakuna. It's nice to meet you. Alright, guys. So meet Checkpoint Kakuna. This Kakuna will be our checkpoint mod. I have to remember that. So I'm actually going to leave myself a little note. Checkpoint Kakuna. Checkpoint Shiny Kakuna. Outside Wild Zone 4. Alright, so now I have, and I mentioned wanting a Kakuna on a tree. This is it. This is perfect. So, here's the thing, right? Resetting, there's only a few Pokemon that can appear. This Kakuna is one of them, right? This little guy right here will now, from now on, tell me if there's ever 10 shinies elsewhere that I have lost. Oh, sacred Kakuna, I bow before thee. Thank you for being a safety net to let me know when there's 10 other shinies. Thank you. Alright, guys, so that Kakuna will not disappear unless there's 10 other shinies. That is our checkpoint. Now, there is one small flaw with him being there. Thankfully, he does not trigger around any of this. I have to get right here for him to trigger. Go away. Also, wait, does it not play the sparkle effect if you're in here? Wow. It doesn't. It didn't play the sound effect that time, though. But let's keep going. So the nice part about that Kakuna is now I have a small safety net. I have a small little Kakuna that indicates if I have any other shinies, if it ever disappears. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me if there's shinies already existed, which I might need to go on the rooftops. Next episode might just be a rooftop exploration to see. But we technically could have gotten 3 shinies, but I am saving that Kakuna to be. So hold on, this time, let me run over here and see if it sparkles. It doesn't sparkle. The sound plays, but it does not sparkle. Interesting. That's good to know. So that's why no matter where I looked, I couldn't see the sparkles last time. Now, here's my question. I'm going to do a little bit of testing because I've never got to test stuff like this. So I think this is going to be fun. I am going to go over here and actually get it to make the sound effect and sparkle. Cool, thank you. Now that it's done that, will it make the sparkle and sound effect when I go over there again? Because I don't think I'm out of its render distance right now. So let me come over here. I can okay, it plays the sound effect again there. Because there's no other shinies around here. So, yeah. Alright, good to know. So, I just have to be careful not to be faked out by that. Now, I'll be honest, that is not my first choice for a shiny Kakuna. If I had to pick a location, and we're going to leave really quick and we'll come back. Dude, if a shiny Pichu shows up right here, I'll be kind of mad. Because I need... Actually, I just want to catch it, and I'd save it for my stream. Ha ha ha, I'm a genius. I should have caught the other Pichu now that I realized that after I've said it out loud. Maybe I'm not as big of a genius as I thought I was. Okay. You're not shiny, right? Good, Pichu. Alright, so... Obviously, if I had to pick a perfect shiny Kakuna to have as a safe spot, it'd be here, on the Kakuna tree. Unfortunately, none of these Kakunas are shiny, as of right now. So, yeah. Back to Wild Zone 4, where we're still on the hunt for a Shalpha. Hey, got 2 shinies, technically 3, but we just haven't caught that Kakuna. It says the safety net Kakuna. And the only Pokemon that shiny truly interferes with is back here. Yeah, I have to get to, like, the wall for it to trigger. Ow! Yo, Ekans, chill. So, like, it's not that bad, truthfully. As long as I don't go all the way to the wall, I'm fine. Dude, what's the chances that I decide not to catch the Spinnerack? And then I mention, oh, I'd rather have a Kakuna on a tree in the middle of nowhere. And then boom, shiny Kakuna in a tree not in the middle of nowhere. But the nice thing is though, if I ever need to come here to like pick up like, because of where it's located at, right? If I ever come over here to like, you know, pick up a shiny elemental monkey or just to come back here to shiny hunt, I know this guy is always here, you know? Like, it's so useful. it is absolutely so useful that I have him there to just, you know, as a safety net. So we'll wait until the end of today, and then we'll save and wrap up the episode. So we got 2 shinies. We got a safety net shiny as well. And also, it doesn't trigger until I get like to the wall, so that it doesn't even trigger there. Wait a minute. I just thought about something. Hold on a minute. Did the shiny sound of proc not when I was at the wall though? Because I doubt I have 2 shinies back to back. Like that. Obviously, Kakuna's right there. We saw him. There's a shiny. But I swear when I heard the shiny sound effect, I wasn't at the wall. Right? Because I think I was like right here-ish, right? Because the sound doesn't trigger for Kakuna until you're at like at the wall. I can stop. I'm trying to do science here. I swear during the night I heard a sound effect like right here-ish, right? That wouldn't have triggered that Kakuna. I may have a night-only spawn. I may need to get it to turn to night. Alright, so I'm going to run through the thing one time after it turns night. For now, we'll run through the day, and then at night, we'll run through once at night. And see if I do hear another shiny sound. Because it is possible that that thing only appeared during the day. Like when it transitioned over. And that there is a night shiny somewhere. Or maybe I was near the wall when I heard it and I just am misremembering. That is a human error, always has to be taken into account. Because yeah, see, it doesn't trigger anywhere but exactly at the wall. You know, this episode, oh dude, that would have been a good spot for the Shalpha. Because then I could have just exited out of here, saved, and then gone up and tried to catch the Shalpha. And there's no other Spinnerack army to come attack me. But I'm glad I gotta find some new things out about not seeing sparkles from inside the wild zone or outside the wild zone. Yeah. So can we get another shiny? There might be one pending waiting for us at night. Because I swear the shiny sound effect is like, look, I could run all across here. It does not trigger. It is not until the wall, and not until I touch the wall, that it triggers. And I don't think I touched the wall when that thing triggered the other night. There might be another shiny at night. Obviously, we'll go and just look and see. And if there isn't, well, we still have the Kakuna. That is our checkpoint shiny. Our safety pin. So I'm happy about that, right? So, got a shiny Ghastly here. Got an extra shiny Spinnerack. Whoop-de-doo. Got a checkpoint Kakuna. And if that's all I get this episode, I'm happy. Because a checkpoint Kakuna is big. Now, I should be, now that I have a checkpoint Pokemon, I should run around and make sure everywhere else does not have any shinies hidden. Like, I need to do a real sweep of the map. And make sure that there is no extra shinies, you know. Because I've run around a lot through these wild zones and other stuff, so there might be other shinies hidden places, right? And you never know when one of them might be something as useful as like a Flabébé, you know, because I need shiny Flabébés. You never know when one of them might just be a random Dratini on the roof. Shiny Dratini would be big, you know. You never know when one of them might be an elemental monkey that's on the roof. or, you know. So, yeah. Now, if we could somehow end up getting the Shalpha, oh boy, we were big chillin'. But I will take a checkpoint shiny Kakuna. I will take a Ghastly. I will take a third Spinarak. You know, it's not a bad episode. I can't say it was a bad episode. I can't say my shiny luck is bad. I had no shinies last time. I technically have seen 3 shinies this time. Only got 2, but I mean, I technically got 3 shinies. And who knows? It's possible that one of these, you know, Shalpha could appear. I could end up getting another shiny Ghastly. I could get my shiny Ekans or Spoopa. You know, it could change tonight, and maybe there is a shiny there, a shiny Patrat, or a shiny Honedge that I missed. I am going to test one thing with the wall really quick. Like, do I have to be flush on the wall for it to trigger? So I'm not on the wall yet. Okay, it just triggered walking here. So maybe that is the shiny I heard. It was, I don't have to be flush to the wall. I just have to move just, yeah, I think that's what it was. So I don't think there is a leftover shiny during night, but who knows? It might change tonight. There might just be a shiny there, and maybe, you know, coincidence happens. Who knows? Oh man, let's go, dude. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I can't wait to run through it one time at night. Save, go make some food, eat, watch something, relax for a little bit, and then wrap up my night with another recording later, and then sleep. Yeah, so right here, I don't have to touch it, I just have to be past this tree and like dead in front of where it's at. So yeah, I think that is what caused it. Uh-oh, I just wasted a Pokeball. Oh no, I wasted a Pokeball. Let's just go pick it up. Let's go get the extra ball. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have a safety net. Yes, thank you. Can I have my 1 Pokeball back? Thank you. Total accident, by the way. Umbreon! Hi. Oh, cute. I love Umbreon. Actually, there's not an evolution besides Jolteon that I dislike. Hi, Kakuna. Oh, you have a little buddy up there with you. Hi, Weedle. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, both can spawn that tree, huh? But at least Kakuna has a friend. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always felt like Jolteon, because of the Gen 1 sprite, always looked a little bit kind of like a strung out, crazy, like, thing. And I just never liked it. I'll honestly admit, the first time I saw it, I thought like, dude, this is on some sort of drug. And no thank you. I did not like how, yeah, Jolteon just did not look right in this fight. I thought Flareon was a big, fluffy, you know, just like warm, cuddly creature. I thought Vaporeon, honestly, I thought Vaporeon the first time I saw it, I thought it was more like, it was going to be more scales, and like, I thought its tail was a lot bigger, and yeah, I actually quite like the mermaid aspect to it. Obviously, since I was a kid, the internet has unfortunately, you know, Vaporeon stuff, but I still love Vaporeon. It's a cool Pokemon, and I love it. And then Espeon and Umbreon was introduced, and I love both of them. Still dislike Jolteon. He's just my least favorite evolution. I gotta be honest. And funny enough, I am on the side where I do think Espeon could have a slightly better shiny, but I don't dislike the green. The tone could use some work. Like, I think it should go either like really neon green, like, or just change colors entirely. So yeah. Spoopa, hey buddy! If that was shiny right there, I would have been so happy, dude. Oh, it hardened. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. I was gonna say I'd be super pumped and I would be jumping up and down, but then it hardened and now I feel like it would be awkward if I said that. Yeah. No. I do love Spoopa. Just its shiny's really cool, but I also just like it. It has a cool head shape. Has a cool head design. Its little cloak thing is really cool. Also, I found out that technically every Spoopa inside of its cloak, even though we can't see it, has what cloak. And this was especially true back in like the X and Y games. Inside like the coating or whatever, for whatever pavilion it will become. So, like, you know, obviously all of these ones can only be one thing. But, like, if you transfer a Spoopa from Pokemon Go to, like, you know, Scarlet and Violet or something, or, you know, this game, and you evolve it, it will not switch what cloak it will become, because the cloak is embedded into its code. You know? So, that's cool. Another alpha! Yeah, that would be a cool shiny to get, because its cloak becomes black and it's like really cool. But as I was back to the evolution conversation, sorry, I completely got sidetracked because of how much dude, I'm being ganged up on by Ghastlies. Yeah, so Umbreon obviously is just amazing. It's cool and great shiny, right? Can't deny that. And its regular form is just classic too. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. But you know, I also like Espeon. Espeon's really cool. I do think its shiny should just go harder into the neon or change. Because it isn't bad, but I just don't think it fits its vibe that much. But yeah. Then Glaceon. See, the tough thing about Glaceon and Leafeon, I love them, but the game they came out in, why did they lock them behind, like, late game and just bull? Like, they really did them dirty for the longest time. But I still love Glaceon. I love Leafeon. And Sylveon, I love too. The, like, tendril things that, you know, it has. A little creepy, I think. You know? They say they are to comfort and to hold. And to, like, you know, treat. But also, a part of me feels like if they wanted to strangle a person with those, they could, and no one would ever believe a Sylveon would kill. Because it's a innocent fairy type. Like, I don't know, man. Something about sorry, like, you know, like everything they would say about like a snake, like Ekans or Arbok or something that could strangle you, I feel like could be true about Sylveon with its skin tentacle things. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it fall over, let night come, and then we'll do one run through at night, reset, and then save. All right, guys. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't, like, honestly and truthfully, I love all the evolutions except Jolteon. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a certified Jolteon. I'm not a hater. I can't get the image of it looking like a strung out, crazy demon, like disease infested animal. Like, it looks like, literally, like if you showed me a picture of the old Jolteon sprite, I'd be like, oh, that's what a Pokemon would look like if it has rabies, you know, because that's totally what it looks like. But yeah. So I think the sound effect was over there. There does not seem to be a shiny. I say that and watch a shiny pop up. Wait, I could jinx myself. And a Shalpha popped up. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so we are going to reset. I am going to wrap it up here. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, tag out. I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon members. Urza and Scott, you're amazing. If you guys want to check out Patreon and join it to get a shout out at the end, check Patreon down in the link description below. And you can, also like Scott did, make me re-record this.